Hi everyone, welcome to your channel Impulse Tech. I am Yogesh Bhavne. So today I have come up with a new video series that is getting started with the Raspberry Pi Pico using the Arduino IDE. Now I am more familiar with the Arduino C++ coding. I am not more familiar with the MicroPython. So what I have thought, let's just make one video series which is based upon the Arduino C++. So without wasting so much of time, let's get started. So as you can see on the screen, this is the Raspberry Pi Pico which is built by the Raspberry Foundation. Now we will be focusing on installing the board into the Arduino IDE and uploading some example codes. Now in order to add the Raspberry Pi Pico board, you need to go to the tools, go to board and click on boards manager. Now search for Pico only. Let's type Pico. As you can see, Arduino Mbed OS RP2040 boards. So the support is there. Now you need to install this board. So let's click on install. So it will install within few seconds. Now I have already installed this board, as you can see on the screen. Now we will upload some basic codes and we will see that the built-in LED of Raspberry Pi Pico will turn on or not. Now go to the file, go to examples, go to the basics and click on blink. Now our basic code is here. Now Raspberry Pi Pico board has built-in LED at pin number 25. As you can see, Raspberry Pi Pico has built-in LED at GPIO 25. Now we will turn this on and off by using the blink code. Now we will upload this basic code and we will see that whether we are getting the output or not. Let's go to the tools, select your board first, go to Arduino Mbed OS RP2040 boards and select Raspberry Pi Pico. And now once again go to tools and select the COM port that you have connected. Now my Raspberry Pi Pico is connected to the COM port 7. Now let me upload the code. Now the code is successfully uploaded. Now I will show you the output on the screen. Let's see the output on the screen. As you can see on the screen, the onboard LED on the Raspberry Pi Pico is flashing after every 1 second. It's turning on and off after every 1 second. As you can see on the screen, I am just recording the video at the same time. Now I will use the external LED and I will connect it to the GPIO pin 2 of the Raspberry Pi Pico. Let's see the circuit diagram for that. So here you can see Raspberry Pi Pico board has total 40 pins. So here I am using GPIO 2 pin for controlling external LED. So I am going to connect the LED to the GPIO 2. Let's see. So this is the circuit diagram. As you can see, the ground is connected to the ground of the Raspberry Pi Pico and the positive terminal of the LED is connected to the GPIO 2 of the Raspberry Pi Pico. Now let's change the program according to this pin that we have used. So instead of LED built-in, we will use here pin number 2. Let's copy LED built-in and press Ctrl F and just replace it with the pin number 2. Replace and find. So now you can see we have used here pin number 2. I just wanted to change the delay time to 200 milliseconds because I just wanted to see the turning on and off the effect so fast. What I'll do, I'll just upload this code and we'll see whether we are getting the output or not. Let's upload the code. So whenever it's uploading code, it will automatically connect and disconnect from the Arduino IDE. So we have successfully uploaded the code and now you can see the output on the screen. So we have successfully uploaded the code. Now you can see the output on the screen. The LED is turning on and off very fast as we have decreased the delay time to 200 milliseconds. So now we will see how to give the analog input to the Raspberry Pi Pico board. Let's see how we can able to connect the potentiometer to the Raspberry Pi Pico board. So before making any changes to the Arduino code, I just wanted to show you the circuit diagram for that. Let's go to the Easy IDE platform. The potentiometer one end is connected to the ground of the Pi Pico and the potentiometer another end is connected to the 3.3 volt of the Pi Pico. Now the wiper, or you can say the knob of the potentiometer, is connected to the analog input of the Pi Pico. Now here you can see I have used here GPIO 26, which is the analog input pin of the Raspberry Pi Pico. You can get it from the pinout of the Raspberry Pi Pico. As you can see, this GPIO 26 is analog input 0, or else you can use the GPIO 27 as well. So here I have used the GPIO 26 as an analog input of Raspberry Pi Pico. Now we will go to the Arduino code. Just go to the file, go to examples, analog and let's click on analog input. So this is the code for analog input. Now here inside the code, they have declared three variables. One is sensor pin, which is connected to the analog input A0, and the LED is connected to the pin number 13, and the sensor value variable, which has the 0 value now. Now what I'll do, I'll just change it to port value, or I can write here port pin. So port pin is connected to the pin number, as you know that GPIO 26, so I'll write here 26, and our LED is connected to the pin number 2 of the Raspberry Pi Pico, and we'll see, and here I'll write port value. So I'm just modifying the code according to our need. Okay, so port value is now 0. So inside the void setup, we need to declare that which pins are input and output. So we have declared LED pin is output pin. So now one more thing, I just wanted to show you the output on the serial monitor. So I'll write here serial dot begin, and just give the baud rate of 9600 and semicolon. So we have initialized the serial monitor. Now let's go inside the void loop and let's see what they have done inside the void loop. Now we need to store the values inside the variable, that is port value. So I'll write here port value is equal to analog read port pin. So now I just wanted to see the port value on the serial monitor. So what I'll do, I'll write command serial dot println and just write here port value semicolon and give the delay of 1 second, or else what you can do, just give the delay of half second semicolon. Now here you can see we are turning on the LED, but the delay is based upon the sensor value. That means it is based upon the potentiometer value. So what is the value you are getting from the potentiometer, the delay will be adjusted. So I'll write here port value. So we are turning on and off the LED based upon the potentiometer value. So I'll write here port value. So now I'll just click on upload and we'll see whether we are getting the output or not. So we have successfully uploaded the code. Let's see the values on the potential. So let's see the values on the serial monitor. So I'm getting 449. As you can see on the screen. I'm just using the small potentiometer here. And here you can see the LED is turning on based upon the. As you can see, the LED is turning on based upon the data of potentiometer. Now what I'll do, I'll just rotate this knob and we'll see what are the values that we get. Let me try to rotate it by my single hand as I am recording as well. Now I will just try to rotate the knob of the potentiometer and let's see the values. As you can see, the values are decreasing. As soon as the values are decreasing, you can see the changes in the LED output. So LED is turning on and off fast now, as you can see. So now I'll just try to increase the value. Let's see what happens. So I'll just try to increase the value. So we will increase completely. So I'll just completely turn on. So now you can see the LED is turning on and off slowly. So we are turning on and off LEDs based upon the value provided by the potentiometer. So these are the analog values. So this is how you can give analog input to the Raspberry Pi Pico. So this is about getting started with the Raspberry Pi Pico using the Arduino IDE. If you found this video useful, then do subscribe the channel and like the video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.